What is the purpose of a psychic reading and how can you use it in your life?
It's sometimes challenging to know what to do because there's all kinds of advice out in the world. And yet, when I meet with an individual, what I will find is, let's say they share with me their problem or their struggle. It's very clear to me the information that comes through that I'm supposed to share with them the perspective. And it feels fun for both of us when they say, oh, that's confirmation of what I was feeling or what I was thinking. Many times you may get a psychic or intuitive reading, and all of the information does not make sense in that moment. This is actually very common, very normal, and one of the benefits of this type of experience. What I have found is sometimes the most puzzling readings that I'll get are a puzzle that I get to sit with and wrap my mind around, meditate on, journal on, talk to other people about for days, weeks, or even years. There's a reading that I got about a year and a half ago that's only in the last few months been making sense to me and been so clear that it seems like it's all coming together. But when I first got the reading, I thought, this feels very out of the blue, doesn't make sense to me. Some of it did. What I decided was I'm going to explore and be open and be receptive to where does this take me. That's one of the invitations that I have for you for when you receive a reading. Of course, you're the authority on your life. You're your own sovereign being, sovereign awareness. I want you to return to your own being true to yourself and being loyal to yourself. And the reading can have one of several effects. Sometimes I like to think of it as a catalyst. There are people who get readings from me, and I'm the structure, the firm thing that makes it clear to them, oh, this is what she's sharing. That brings all of this other stuff into light or into focus. And this is what I'm turning my attention to. Or what also is very common from people who come to me is the reading is a confirmation for them of things that they were already thinking, things that they were feeling or sensing. Many people will tell me, my partner just told me that yesterday, or that's what so-and-so has been saying to me. And so hearing it from me adds extra confirmation and affirmation. Okay, this is what's happening in my life right now. This is what's going on. What also sometimes happens is we discover maybe there were two ways of thinking about something. But in the reading, we discovered there was actually a third path, a third way of thinking about it. That person hadn't even truly considered yet. A reading for you is an invitation to get quiet, to reflect for yourself. What do I want this information to be for me? And one of the benefits, if you do a reading with me, you get the recording. So you can listen to it later. Because as I said, sometimes if there's information that seems very new or you're really emotionally invested in it being a certain way, it can take time for new information to sink in or for you to sit with the new information. And so when you get the recording, it's yours forever. You may want to listen to it 1 week later or 1 month later in order to see, okay, what does it have for me now that's helpful for me at this later date? The reading that I was just referring to, I listened to it a week later, and then probably 6 months later, when I was again working on this issue that I had the question about, each time I listened to it, it gave me more clarification and gave me more ways of opening and exploring. I invite you to, if you get a reading from me, maybe you want to take notes so that you can revisit your impressions and what they said and those reflections and use them moving forward. Because ultimately, the purpose of the reading is for you to feel more empowered, for you to feel more positive, motivated, energized, excited, and feeling loved, supported, and secure in your life. That's my intention that I'm coming to it with the highest good intended for you. And so, whatever way you go from that, as long as it's for your highest good, it's all good. The reading can illuminate things that you hadn't seen. It can provide contrast so you can reevaluate or revalue certain things in your life. And it can also provide curiosities for you to explore new symbols. Oh, what could this mean for my life? What did they mean when they say that? And use it as a way to keep your mind and your eyes open to what are the other ways that you can explore what they shared with you. Comment below if you've had a reading, which one of these outcomes or approaches you took to your reading. And if you haven't had a reading, then I invite you to check out some of the readings online. Use one of those and notice your process for how do you approach a reading, because each person is different. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button so you stay connected. I support you and your growth and you connecting with your highest good for your life. Leave yourself an encouraging comment below, or leave someone else an encouraging comment below that you support them in their best self, in their highest outcome for their lives. I can't wait to see you in the next video.